Good day everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will talk about an introduction to the V editor. A classic tale involves someone inquiring about directions to Carnegie Hall in New York City. Visitor: "Excuse me, how can I reach Carnegie Hall?" Passerby: "Practice, practice, practice." Much like mastering a musical instrument, learning the Linux command line isn't a skill acquired quickly. It demands years of dedicated practice. In this chapter, we'll delve into V, pronounced as VI. I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, so it is VI, a fundamental program in the Unix tradition. VI is infamous for its complex user interface, but observing an expert at the keyboard is akin to witnessing an artistic performance. We won't achieve mastery in this chapter, but by the end, we'll at least know how to play a basic tune like Chopsticks in VI.
Unlock the world of Daisy Ninja puzzle books, where excitement meets brain power. Dive into the mind-bending labyrinths of Maze Mastermind. Conquer the Sudoku challenges in Sudoku Ultimate. Uncover hidden words in Word Search Wizard. And decode mysteries in Word Spy Adventures. Whether you're soaring above the clouds or speeding down the tracks, turn your downtime into brain-boosting fun. Perfect for all ages, these books guarantee hours of entertainment. Daisy Ninja Puzzle Books, your passport to endless excitement on the go. New release each month.
Why should we learn VI? In this era of user-friendly graphical editors and accessible text-based options like Nano, what's the value in learning VI? Here are three compelling reasons. VI is consistently available, making it a lifesaver in scenarios where graphical interface aren't accessible, like on remote servers or local systems facing configuration issues. While Nano gains popularity, it isn't universally present. The POSIX standard mandates VI's existence for Unix system compatibility. VI is nimble and swift. It's often quicker to launch VI for tasks than navigating menus to find and load a larger graphical text editor. Moreover, VI prioritizes typing speed, allowing proficient users to seamlessly edit without lifting their fingers from the keyboard. There's a certain reputation in the Linux and Unix community associated with VI's proficiency. Embracing VI can help avoid the perception of being inexperienced or reliant solely on simpler editors. A little background: the initial iteration of V was crafted in 1976 by Bill Joy, a University of California at Berkeley student who later co-founded Sun Microsystems. VI's name stems from visual, since it was designed for editing on video terminals, featuring a movable cursor. Before visual editors, line editors worked on one line of text at a time. They required specifying changes by directing the editor to a specific line and detailing the alteration, like adding or deleting text. Visual editing became feasible with the introduction of video terminals, departing from printer-based terminals like teletypes. VI actually integrates a robust line editor named X or EX, allowing us to employ line editing commands within VI. Most Linux distributions don't include the original VI. Instead, they incorporate an enhanced alternative known as Vim, short for VI Improve. Developed by Bram Mulliner, Vim presents a significant advancement over traditional Unix VI and is typically linked or aliased to the name VI on Linux systems. Throughout our discussions, we'll operate under the assumption that the VI program refers to Vim. Okay, starting and stopping VI. To start VI, we simply enter the following command. So all you have to do is type VI and you are now in the VI or Vim editor. Okay, your screen should look like this, which it does. Similar to our earlier experience with Nano, the initial step to grasp is how to exit. Exiting involves entering the following command. Keep in mind that the colon character is integral integral to the command. So you have to do is :Q. Okay, all you have to press is Shift : then Q. Once the command is executed, the shell prompt should appear. If VI persists and won't exit, typically due to unsaved changes in a file, we can emphasize our intent to exit by appending an exclamation point the command. So to exit, you can just say :Q and then the exclamation mark. So on our system, the Q command or the Q : command may not work. So when you start Q, it's probably a change that has happened in the newer systems. All you have to do is you'll say :Q and then A, and you will be back on the shell prompt. Okay, so this is a small change that seems to have happened recently. Tip: if you get lost in VI, try pressing the escape key twice to find your way again. Right? Compatibility mode in the provided example, starter screen from Ubuntu 8.04. We noticed the statement running in VI compatible mode. This indicates that the Vim operates in a mode closer to VI standard behavior rather than its enhanced Vim behavior. For the purposes of this chapter, we aim to use Vim with its enhanced capabilities. To achieve this, you have several options. Try executing Vim instead of VI. If successful, consider adding an alias VI equals Vim to your .bash rc file. Alternatively, apply this command to include a line in your Vim configuration file, which is echo set nocp then two greater than symbols, then this symbol, then the /.vimrc. Okay, various Linux distributions package Vim differently. Some default installations include a minimal Vim version with limited features. During the subsequent exercises, you might encounter missing features. In such cases, install the complete version of Vim to ensure access to all functionalities. Okay, to check if Vim is installed on your system, or just type Vim, and if this message shows up, all you have to do is say sudo apt install Vim. Then it'll prompt you for your password. Enter your password, and it should now install Vim. And the process is complete. You can clear the terminal. Then when you type Vim, you should be back in the Vim application. All right. Editing modes. Let's initiate VI once more, but this time we'll provide it with the name of a non-existent file. This is the method to generate a new file using VI. So first of all, make sure you don't have any file named foo.txt. Okay, then you will say vi foo.txt, and now you will see this screen. If all goes well, the tilde character at the start signals that the line is devoid of any text, confirming that our file is currently empty. Refrain from entering any text at this point. Okay, the second crucial aspect to understand about VI following the exit process is its modal nature. Upon startup, VI opens in command mode. In this mode, nearly every keystroke represents a command. If we were to start typing immediately, VI would interpret it as a command, potentially leading to chaos and a disorganized file. Entering insert mode. To include text in our file, we need to switch to insert mode. This requires pressing the I key following this action. If Vim operates in its standard enhanced mode, this won't display in VI compatible mode. By the way, you should observe the following at the bottom of the screen. So if you press the I key, now we are in the insert mode. Okay, now we can enter some text. Try this. We'll say the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. All right, to exit insert mode and return to command mode, press the escape. So we'll say escape, and now we are back in the command mode. Okay, saving our work. To preserve the recent modifications made to our file, we need to input an X command while in command mode. This can be accomplished effortlessly by pressing the : key. Following this action, a : character should surface at the bottom of the screen. So let's try it. So we'll say colon. The colon character has appeared. To write our modified file, we follow the colon with a W, then enter. So all you have to say is colon W, then press the enter key, and now it is written to the file. Okay, as you can see, the file will be saved onto the hard drive, and a confirmation message should appear at the bottom of the screen resembling this, which it has over here. Okay, tip: when you explore the Vim documentation, you'll observe that somewhat confusingly, what's termed command mode elsewhere is referred to as normal mode in Vim, while X commands are labeled as command mode, staying cautious of this distinction. Okay, moving the cursor around. While in the command mode, VI offers a large number of movement commands, some of which it shares with less. Here is a subset. So the L key, or the right arrow key, moves the cursor right by one character. The H, or the left arrow key, moves the cursor left by one character. J moves the cursor down one line. You can also use the down arrow key. Up arrow key, or the K key, moves the cursor up one line. The 0 key brings the cursor to the beginning of the current line. The hat key brings the cursor to the first non-white space character on the current line. The $ moves the cursor to the end of the current line. W moves the cursor to the beginning of the next word or punctuation character. Capital W to the beginning of the next word, ignoring punctuation characters. B to the beginning of the previous word or punctuation character. Capital B to the beginning of the previous word, ignoring punctuation characters. Control F, or page down, moves the cursor down by one page. Control B and or page up moves the cursor up by one page. Number G to line number. For example, 1G moves to the first line of the file, G to the last line of the file. Okay, the choice of H, J, K, and L are keys for cursor movement in V stems from the era when not all video terminals included arrow keys. Skilled typists could maneuver the cursor using the standard keyboard keys without needing to lift their fingers from the keyboard. In VI, numerous commands can be initiated with the preceding number, similar to the G command mentioned earlier. This numeric prefix allows us to specify the frequency of executing a command. For instance, inputting 5J instructs VI to move the cursor down 5 lines. Okay, basic editing. The core of editing involves fundamental actions like inserting, deleting, and relocating text through cutting and pasting. VI, in its distinctive manner, accommodates all of these operations. Additionally, VI offers a form of limited undo functionality. While in command mode, pressing the U key prompts VI to undo the most recent change made, proving useful as we experiment with basic editing commands. Now, talking about appending text, VI provides multiple methods to enter insert mode. We have already utilized the I command to insert text. Let's go back to our foo.txt file for a moment. Suppose we intend to include text at the conclusion of a sentence. In such a scenario, the I command won't suffice, as we can't position the cursor beyond the line's end. VI offers an append command, sensibly labeled as A, by maneuvering the cursor to the line's end and inputting A. VI moves the cursor past the line's end, transitioning into insert mode. This action permits us to append additional text. So over here, when we are in the insert mode, you will say it was full. Okay, you can use the arrow key to maneuver around the text. Right, remember to press the escape key to exit insert mode like we have now. Given that the appending text to the end of a line is a common action, VI provides a shortcut to safely navigate to the line's end. For appending the A command, let's experiment with it by adding more lines to our file. To initiate, let's reposition the cursor to the line's start using the 0 command. Then input A to seamlessly append the subsequent lines of text. Okay, so you enter back to the insert mode and you press the enter. You'll say line 2, enter, line 3, line 4, and line 5. Okay, if you come out of the insert mode and you press the 0 key, you come back to the beginning of the line. Okay. Again, press the escape key to exit insert mode. The A command proves more practical as it relocates the cursor to the line's end before activating insert mode. Okay. Opening a line. There's an alternative method to insert text by opening a line. This action introduces a blank line between two existing lines while simultaneously entering insert mode. This process has two variations: the O, the line below the current line, and the capital O, the line above the current line. We can demonstrate this as follows. Place the cursor on line number 3, then press the O key. Okay, now let's place the cursor at the line number 3 and we'll press O and it has entered a new line. Okay, below the third line, a new line was created and we entered insert mode. To exit insert mode, use the escape key, then press the U key to undo our recent changes. So to do that, we'll say escape and then we'll press the U key to go back to where we were originally. Okay, now utilize the capital O key to open a line above the current cursor position. So to do that, we will just say shift plus O and a new line was opened before line number 3. Alright, exit insert mode by pressing the escape key and undo our changes by pressing U. So let's exit out of the insert mode and then we'll press the U key to get back to our original text. Okay, deleting text. As anticipated, VI presents several methods to delete text, each involving one of two keystrokes. Initially, the X key deletes a character at the cursor's position. Preceding X with a number specifies the quantity of characters to be deleted. On the other hand, the D key serves a more versatile purpose. Similar to X, it can be preceded by a number specifying the deletion's repetition. Moreover, D is always accompanied by a moment command determining the deletion's scope. Here are a few examples. Command and delete. X deletes the current character, 3x the current character and the next two characters, D the current line, 5dd the current line and the next 4 lines, D capital W from the current cursor position to the beginning of the next word, D $ from the current cursor location to the end of the current line, D 0 from the current cursor location to the beginning of the line, D hat from the current cursor location to the first non-white space character in the line, D capital G from the current line to the end of the file, D20 capital G from the current line to the 20th line of the file. Position the cursor on the word it within the first line of our text. Continuously press the X key until the remaining part of the sentence is deleted. Then repeatedly press the U key until the deletion is undone. Alright, so let's move our cursor to the it word in the sentence and then we'll use the X key to get rid of the text. Okay, so once that has done, we'll utilize the U key to undo our changes. Okay, so now we are back to where we started. Do note, real VI only supports a single level of undo. Vim supports multiple levels. Okay, let's attempt the deletion once more, this time employing the D command. Once again, relocate the cursor to the word it and press D capital W to delete the word. Alright, so we are at the it word, so we'll say D capital W and the word was deleted. Alright, so to undo that, we'll press the U key. Okay, so press the D $ to delete from the cursor position to the end of the line. So let's try that. So we'll say D and the $ till the end of the line has been removed. Okay, press D capital G to delete from the current line to the end of file. So when you say D and capital G, everything in the file has been deleted from the current line where we were at. Okay, now press U 3 times to undo the deletion. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we are back to our original text. Cutting, copying and pasting text. The D command not only erases text but it also functions as a cut operation. Whenever we execute the D command, the deletion is stored in a paste buffer. Think of it like a clipboard that can be retrieved later. To paste the buffer's content after the cursor, use the P command or use the capital P command to place before the cursor. Similar to D for cutting text, the Y command functions as a yank or copy operation. Here are a few examples illustrating the combination of the Y command with various commands. YY copies the current line, 5YY, the current line and the next 4 lines, Y capital W from the current cursor position to the beginning of the next word, Y $sign from the current location to the end of the current line, Y0 from the current cursor location to the beginning of the line, Y hat from the current cursor location to the first non-white space character in the line, Y capital G from the current line to the end of the file, Y20 capital G from the current line to the 20th line file. Okay, let's experiment with copying and pasting. Position the cursor on the first line of the text and input YY to copy the current line. Afterwards, move the cursor to the last line using G and press P to paste the line below the current line. Okay, so now once you're at the first line, press YY. Now the text has been copied. Now use capital G to move the cursor at the end of the line and then press the P key to paste the copied. Okay, similar to the previous action, applying the U command will revert our modifications. While the cursor remains at the last line of the file, input P to paste the text above the current line. Okay, so now press the U key. You're back on line number 5. Now press the capital P, which is Shift plus P, and the text has been pasted above line 5. Okay, experiment with various Y commands from the table provided earlier to familiarize yourself with their functionalities alongside the behavior of both the P and P, capital P command. Once finished, restore the file to its initial state. Alright, to try this out. Joining lines. VI maintains a strict concept of what constitutes a line typically. Moving the cursor to the line's end and deleting the end of line character to merge it with the subsequent line isn't allowed. V offers a distinct command, J, distinct from small j, used for cursor movement, specifically for joining lines. When the cursor is positioned on line number 3 and the capital J command is executed, here's the outcome. So if you place your cursor on line number 3 and execute the capital J command, line number 4 has been moved to line number 3. Okay, pressing U will revert back to the original text. Search and replace. In VI, the cursor can navigate based on search queries, whether within a single line or across an entire file. Additionally, V facilitates text replacements, allowing users to opt for confirmation or make replacements directly. Search within a line. The F command within VI locates a specific character within a line and shifts the cursor to its next occurrence. For instance, entering FA would move the cursor to the subsequent appearance of the character A within the present line. To reiterate a character search within a line, simply type a semicolon. Okay, so let's quickly check it out. If we say FA, now the cursor has moved to the first occurrence of the alphabet A. Okay, searching the entire file to navigate the cursor to the subsequent appearance of a word or phrase, we utilizes the / command, which operates similarly to what we previously learned in the less program. Initiating the / command prompts / display at the screen's bottom. Subsequently, input the desired word or phrase to search for, followed by pressing enter. The cursor will relocate to the next instance containing the search string. To represent the search using the N command with the previous search string, here's an illustration. Okay, so this is what our file looks like. Position the cursor on the first line of the file. Let's do that, and then we'll say /line. Now first occurrence of the word line has been highlighted. Okay, then press enter. That will shift to line number 2. Following this, input N and the cursor will proceed to line number 3. Because we have a small mistake here, it did not register line number 3, but if spelling was correct with the small I, it would have moved here, but in our case it moved to line number 4. Now we have corrected the line number 3, so it should work fine. Executing the N command repetitively will move the cursor down the file until all matches are exhausted. While our search pattern have been limited to words and phrases, VI enables the utilization of regular expressions, a robust means of expressing intricate text patterns. detailed coverage of regular expressions will be presented in a sub-chapter. Okay, VI employs an X command to execute search and replace operations referred to as substitution within VI across a designated range of lines or the entire file to replace all instances of the word line with a line with a smaller l throughout the entire file. Execute the following command. To achieve that, we'll say colon, percentage symbol, small s, then forward slash line, the original word, then the replacement word, then forward slash g, and press enter, and all the word line with capital L has been replaced with the word line with small l. Okay, let's dissect this command into its individual components to understand the function of each part. So what was the first part of the command? Colon. The colon character starts an X command. The percentage symbol defines the line range for the operation. Percent serves as a shortcut indicating from the initial line to the final line. Alternatively, the range could have been designated as 1,5 considering our file comprises 5 lines, or $1, signifying from line 1 to the file's last line. If the line range is omitted, the operation is executed solely on the current line. S specifies the operation, in this case substitution, search and replace. Slash line with the capital L, then forward slash line with smaller l, then the forward slash, the search pattern and the replacement text. G. This global attribute signifies that the search and replace action is executed on every occurrence of the search string within a line. If omitted, solely the first instance of the search string on each line is substituted. After executing our first search and replace command, our file like this, which it does. Another approach involves specifying a substitution command with user confirmation accomplished by appending a C to the end of the command, for instance. So if you add C, it will ask for a confirmation. Press enter or type command to continue. We'll say enter and it has executed the command. Okay, executing this command reverts our file to its previous state. In our case, let's try that. Colon %s forward slash line with the capital L forward slash GC. We press enter, replace yes, 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 and yes. Okay, 4 substitutions on 4 lines. Alright, yet before each substitution, V pauses and prompts us to confirm the replacement with the following message. Okay, as it did, each character enclosed in the parentheses represent a potential choice outlined as follows. Y performs the substitution, N skips the instance of the pattern, A performs the substitution on this and all subsequent instances of this pattern, Q or escape quit substitution, L performs this substitution and then quits, short for last. Control plus E and Control plus Y scrolls down or scrolls up respectively, useful for viewing the context of the proposed substitution. If you type Y, the substitution will be performed. N will cause VI to skip this instance and move on to the next. Okay, editing multiple files. Editing multiple files concurrently can be quite handy. There might be a need to modify several files or to transfer content from one file to another. VI allows us to open multiple files for editing by specifying them in the command line. So this is how you can open multi-files in VI editor. Let's exit the ongoing VI session by typing :WQ. Let's do that, :WQ, and we are back to our shell session to save the changes made. Then we'll create a new file for experimentation in our home directory. We can generate this file by capturing output from the ls command. So to do that, let's type out this command ls-l /usr/bin, and we'll move the output to the ls-output.txt file. Okay, so if we type the ls command now, the ls-output.txt file has been created. Okay, now let's utilize VI to edit both our existing files and the newly created one. Okay, so we will say VI foo.txt, then space ls-output.txt. Press enter. Both the files are now open. Upon starting VI, the first file will appear on the screen as it does. Switching between files. To transition from one file to the next in VI, use the following X command, which is :n. Press enter, and now we are into our next file. Okay, to revert to the previous file, utilize :N. So it's :N. Now we are back to the first file. However, VI maintains a rule that prevents file switching if the current file holds unsaved changes. To override this and switch file while abandoning modifications, append an exclamation point to the command. Okay, beyond the switching techniques described earlier, Vim and certain VI versions offer additional X commands facilitating easier management of multiple files. To view the list of files being edited, utilize the :buffers command. This displays a file list at the bottom of the display. Let's check it out. We will say :buffers, and these are all the files that are open. Right, to transition to another buffer file, input :buffer followed by the respective buffer number for the desired file. For instance, switching from buffer1, which contains foo.txt, to buffer2 containing ls-output.txt can be done by typing the following command. Okay, so you can say :buffer space 2. Now you are in this file. Okay, subsequently the screen will display the content of the second file, opening additional files from editing. We can also include additional files in our ongoing editing session using the X command, which is :e, abbreviated for edit, followed by a file name. We can open another file alongside the current one. Let's conclude our current editing session and return to the command line. So we will say :qa, and we are back to our command line session, and now we can say vi foo.txt, and we have opened the file again. To incorporate the second file, include :e ls-output.txt, and the second file is now open. The content of the second file should now display on the screen, which they do. To confirm the first file remains accessible, as we can ascertain this, all you have to do is type :buffers, and it will show you all the currently open files. Okay, note, files loaded via the :e command cannot be switched using either the :n or N command. To switch between these files, utilize the buffer command followed by the respective buffer number. Alright, copying content from one file to another. Frequently, when editing multiple files, there's a need to transfer a segment of one file into another that's under editing. This task is conveniently accomplished using the standard yank and paste command we have previously used. Allow me to demonstrate initially with our two files. So let's navigate to buffer1 foo.txt by entering buffer1. To do that, we'll say :buffer1. Now we are back to our original file. This command will present us with the following, which it has. Next, move the cursor to the first line. Let's do so and type YY. We have to yank or copy the line. Switch to the second buffer by entering :buffer2. We are now on the second file. The screen will now contain some of the file listings like this. Only a portion is shown here. Right? Move the cursor to the first line and paste the line we copied from the preceding file by typing the P. Okay, so now we are at the first line, and if you press the P key, the content that was copied from the file 1 is now pasted at line 2 in the file number 2. Okay, inserting an entire file into another file. We can also include an entire file into the one we are currently editing. To witness this in action, let's conclude our VI session and initiate a new one, this time with just a single file. Okay, so we will say vi ls-output.txt. The file is now open. We will see our file listing again. In my case, I have accidentally saved the file, so the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog line is still present, but that's okay. Move the cursor to the third line, then enter the X command. Let's do so. This is the first line. We'll skip this line and we'll count this as the second line and this is the third line. And then we'll say :r foo.txt, and the lines from the file foo.txt has now been inserted. This file, the :r command abbreviates as read, inserts the designated file before the cursor's position. our screen's current display should resemble this, which it does, apart from the second line, mistakenly saved. Saving our work, similar to other functionalities in V, there exists multiple methods to save our edited files. We have previously covered the X command, which is :W, yet there are additional options that might prove beneficial. In command mode, entering ZZ or ZZ will save the current file and exit VI. Similarly, the X command, which is :WQ, combines the action of :W and :Q, thereby both saving the file and exit. Moreover, the :W command permits the specification of optional file names serving akin to a save as function. For instance, if we are editing foo.txt and wish to preserve an alternate version as foo1.txt, the following command would be used. Okay, so we are editing ls-output. So we'll save another version of it. So we'll say ls-output_2.txt and we'll press enter. We will exit out of the V editor and we'll say ls-l in our current working directory, and as you can see, the ls-output_2 file has been created, which is a copy of ls-output. Okay, let's summarize the chapter. These fundamental skills allows us to execute the majority of text editing tasks necessarily for maintaining a standard Linux system. Developing proficiency in using Vim regularly will yield long-term benefits. Given the extensive integration of V-style editors within Unix culture, we'll encounter numerous other programs influenced by its design. For instance, less serves as a prime example for this influence. Okay guys, I want you guys to go through the chapter, practice all your commands, and the notes for this chapter are below in the description. And in the meantime, a good one. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.